having a new pair of fucking off-whites. My friends, you want to talk about something that has completely become something nobody talks about? Nobody talks about saving money.
Like, if you're so passionate to build your business, how about you don't spend all your money to sustain a lifestyle that you're mainly doing to impress people you don't even like, and how about you save some of it?
There's a very easy way to do this. If you make $49,000 a year, live as if you're making 27. Everybody lives over what they make. No wonder you can't save money. Your apartment's too nice. If you spend money on shit you don't need, you're gonna lose. If you buy those things to impress other people, you've already lost. Lately, people have been coming at me a little bit. It happened this week, and they're like, wait a minute. You keep telling all of us that you didn't make any money, but how'd you have money to invest in Facebook, Uber, and Twitter? It's like a thing that's popped up this last week. And I'm laughing, because I'm replying, I'm like, because I lived in an $1,100 a month apartment that was a piece of shit in Jersey. I was 33 years old, and I was renting. And because I was saving cash to go on the offense. And so when I had a chance to invest in those companies, I put hundreds of thousands of dollars, not millions, but those hundreds made millions, made tens of millions. And so I didn't have any crazy advantage. There's a lot of people that make $55,000 a year when they're 23. The problem is they go to Coachella and they want to buy a watch and they want to buy a BMW, and I didn't. So I ate shit for 13 years, and then I had a moment and I struck. And so, if you're not like loving life, before you try to figure out the hook or the secret, or I'm gonna give you some fucking secret to do on fucking Instagram, before you think about that, go home and look at your fucking credit card bill and stop buying dumb shit.
How we doing, guys? Myself, Chris Preddie, OBE, here with a quick one. Real talk, truth season. Now, I just wanted to show everybody this because we do this all the time. And I love the fact that he says we ball without our means. How much times the man them, you got your rollie on, the Gucci on, you're doing a 9-to-5 life. Don't get me wrong, you're climbing up the ladder, but you're balling without your means. You don't have the money to do that. You're finessing on girl, bruv, and girls are finessing you, and you're going home eating tuna and rice, still living at mum's yard. How much of you girls right now have got Gucci bags sitting there galore, nearly 15 grand worth of Gucci bag, but you ain't got 50 grand in your bank? It don't make no sense, and it's like, it frustrates me in the sense of the culture that we live in the sense of, because we never had anything, soon as we get it, we want to floss it, but we don't want to teach our young people about investment. We don't want to teach our young people just about saving. Like, every young person out there, like, do you know how much money that you can save right now by the time you're my age, 33? All you need to do is put down £2, £5, £10, £15, wherever you get it a day, wherever you get it a month, doing your little pocket money. Like, we need to start teaching our young kids about saving and putting money in the bank. A lot of us don't even think about life insurance. That's savings. But you lot are ignorant, sit there like, oh, my child, when they get older, they're going to be turning up. And then we wonder why our young people want to turn up and just, they glorify fashion. Why do you think your child glorifies fashion? Let's break it down. Why do you think your child glorifies fashion? Because you do. If you drink and you love alcohol and everything, and your child goes up and your child starts drinking alcohol, what alcohol are they drinking? 9 times out of 10, they're drinking the alcohol that you like. We program our children to understand the things that we feel like we don't want them to like, but we push it onto them. So my whole thing is that, why are we not teaching ourselves to go back to that old school substance, that old school way of saying to ourselves, all right, let me buy this knowing that I can buy it 10 times over. Not buying it knowing that I'm going to be broke. Not buying it knowing that, let me get myself into debt. We need to stop doing this. We need to stop lending money, getting ourselves into debt and feeling like I'm going to pay it back like back in the day, like when you used to do like, you know, buy the TV, but you can pay it off and everything. Now, I know that everybody's not always going to have the means to do that, but we need to get back to saving then. No one's not saying that you can't have that, but save. Save your money. There's a lot of times that we do so much things about, we're not teaching our kids the basic, and it frustrates me because we're all walking around going like, well, man's got money, man's flossing, rare, you ain't got nothing. You don't even have no stability, you don't have no foundation, and that's what worries me. It worries me about us is we're so materialized that we forget about the foundation. We forget about our life to come. When you're getting a little bit older, if you think about your pension, have you thought about your life and so on? If you got sick, if you got ill, because you think you're just making money, turning up and doing what you're doing, think about the connotations that it plays on everything. I want to talk about young boys in the sense of so much young boys have been coming onto my page, and you know what? Blessing and love for real young boys come up to me saying, Chris, I want to speak to my dad, but I don't know how to communicate with him. Fathers out there, I know you're finding it hard because you feel like tough is tough and you got one rule, you know, one's there like headstrong and everything, like you don't even want to listen to your children or listen to your son. I'm telling you guys, you are making a big mistake by not understanding your young person. I know that we get to us understanding when in the sense of we're adults, so we don't care. You're grown in it, so what I say goes. But we've got young men that are looking for direction. We've got young men that love their fathers. We've got young men that want to reach out, and you're just trying to be too cool for school. Like, he wants to reach out to you about something. You're probably that one of those dads, oh, what are you talking about? Go and sit down, brother. And if anyone troubles you, man, just fight them. And you still got this harsh mentality, this harsh way of being. We need to start getting that nurturing side of ourselves and saying, you know what, son, I can understand, and sit down there and try and have dialogue with your boys. I feel like we're not having dialogue with our boys. We're not having an understanding where our boys are still being boys because us as men don't want to realize that we are becoming the problem. You can't keep throwing them away and, oh, come out the room and behave yourself and why are you crying for your sissy and all these kind of little connotations that you throw at your child. Stop being a girl and stop that. Reason with my man. Stop putting him down. And I know it's your way because you've been programmed like that. But we need to sit there and understand our young people, and the boys are fighting and calling out for their dads. And I just wanted to touch on that because a lot of young boys have been reaching out to me saying, yo, Chris, like, I don't even know how to talk to my dad, like I want to speak to him and reason with him about what I'm going through and how hard it is for me to be 15 running around on the streets and feeling like I'm obligated, dad. I feel like I'm involved, and my dad will just be like, you know, just handle your business, innit? You know, once there's someone troubles you, you got to do what you got to do, son. But that's not what he wants to hear. I want to hear substance. I want to hear, son, do you know what? I understand your pain and I understand your frustration. So what can I do to support you? Can I meet you down the road? Or, all right, cool, like when you're out and about, all right, cool, make sure that you've got this on you, or you got your phone on you, or you've got certain things where I'm giving you options to get out, not options to get in. I think a lot of our parenting sometimes is ignorant, and then our children end up being in prison, and then we sit there and cry and be like, how comes they're in prison? But we told them to handle their business. We didn't tell them on the reasons on how we can get out of certain situations just by communicating. So much of our young people are sick and tired of the roads. They're sick and tired of young people being stabbed every day and being frightened. What you think it's nice to walk up and down and be a young person right now? They're frightened. They're scared. Who wouldn't be? I sit there all the time and man, them always trying to play this big bravado like, all right, if that man move to me, brother, hit me, I don't care. Man will stand there and fight. Man's not a pussy. Man's not a dickhead. And then get stabbed up and going like you're not scared. You're frightened. You're scared. You're shook. If you're not shook, then my brain is looking at you like you're a little bit confused. There's 10 guys there with bats and poles and you're not going to be scared. So our young people are scared. Our young people are frightened, but they don't know how to express themselves because no one's actually sitting them down and telling them that they can express themselves. They can reason. You're not feeling weird. A young person reached out to me just the other day on the gram, telling me like, like I'm going through a situation and I'm just scared. Like, and I'm like, bro, you think I haven't never been scared? He's looking at me like, really? Like, yeah, bro. That's a scary thing. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And we need to make them understand that as much as we want to always put the best foot, like as parents, we put the best foot forward. I don't want my child to see my child cry. I don't want my child to see me do this. But you're not showing them the substance of emotions. We're only giving them one. Lash out, lash out, lash out. Fight, 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 fight. But then when they start fighting now and they become older and it becomes a lot more uncontrollable, now all of a sudden it's a problem. We need to start thinking about that the infrastructure that we have, guys. We can only blame ourselves. We can only blame ourselves in the most of the situations that you're in. Stop looking at the government. Stop looking at the man. Stop looking at the woman. Stop looking at your mum. Stop looking at your sister. Stop looking at your brother. Start looking at you. Don't look at your child. Don't look at your life situations, your experience, or things that never worked out for you. Things never worked out for you because at the same time, you didn't put the work in. You didn't want it enough. And a lot of the times we can sit there and try and go on like, Chris, though, but I've got this happening through my life. I don't care what goes on in your life. It's up to you to solve the problem. You hold your happiness. You hold that power. You hold that inspiration that lies within you. No one can't bring that out of you. If you're with someone in a relationship and you're with them because you feel like that person makes you happy, eventually that person won't make you happy and you won't be happy. You've got to be happy within yourself. We've got to start self-loving. And I feel a lot of the times, like, we search for other people's approval. We search for instant gratification. We search for likes. We search for shares inside our friendship. Anytime you're in a relationship, I believe in relationships nowadays in the sense of everybody gets into relationships on things that they can get. The things that they can get from a relationship. I want a guy to have money. I want a guy to have this. I want a guy to have a nice car. That's things that you want. But don't you want to have a nice car? Don't you want to be financially able? So it's things that you want, but it's not things that you have. You're asking and getting that from someone else, and eventually, if that person's not going to financially stabilize you, if that person eventually has not got the nice car, what are you going to do? You're going to find someone else that is got the nice car, that has got the nice finance. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So we've got to understand as men and women, what are you looking for within a relationship? We say one thing and do another thing. There's certain guys that know that they finesse. There's certain guys that like to finesse. They're like, bro, I go out, I got my nice car, I know, bruv, that I showboat and rare, and that attracts a certain girl. And that girl knows that I like a guy with a car, and no one's there, he flosses his money around. That's the kind of guy that I like because I can get my drinks and rare. Fine, if you have that understanding, but if you're a true person and you're sitting there saying to yourself, what is it about me that I'm not getting right? Start looking at your image. Start looking at yourself. Start asking yourself that if you are that person, that you're materialistic, and that's fine. And I need people to turn up for me, and I need a woman that's gonna be able to understand that everything about me is Gucci, and that's the life that she wants as well. Then you're happy and made in heaven. But if you're sitting there feeling like you have to buy Gucci, or you're feeling like you have to turn up because you feel like I can't get a woman like this because that's the only thing that she wants, then you're looking for the wrong places and you're looking at the wrong places. Facts. We've got young kids right now that are getting into relationships and they don't know, like, what is a relationship? Let's just break that down. What is a relationship in 2020? We talk about couples. We talk about couple goals, turning up. But my question is, are we really couples though? Because behind closed doors, we're not acting like that. Behind closed doors, we go through our trauma, we go through our stress, we go through our bad days. Like, everybody's human. Everyone's got emotions. Everyone feels pain. Guys and women. But no one doesn't address that. No one doesn't say that. Everybody shows the best life. Oh, look at me, my man, turning up, rare. So a lot of the times, we don't ever see both sides of the coin. How much time have you been single and one of your friends or someone in your circle that is in a relationship, and you're looking at them like, rah, like, I want to be in a relationship that looks lit. But then you got that same friend that will look at you and be like, rah, like, I wish I was single because you're so free. You get to do what you want. So it's always funny how both people want to be in the situations that they don't understand the other side of the coin. And I believe that sometimes we get into things thinking that that's what it is, and it's not near enough what it always is. So you've got to understand it is, what do you want? The why has always got to be there, guys. If you're not coming into no situation on the why, if you're not asking yourself, why I want to be in a relationship, if you're not asking yourself, why do I want to be in this woman, why do I want to be with this man, then you're lost. Because man, them are just still going to be dogs. Girls are still going to be dogs. And everyone's still going to be running around. So how do we find that understanding? You can't sit there and just be like, rah, like, all it is that sex. If you believe that, then stop having sex. Stop having sex. And maybe start stimulating your mind. And maybe you attract some other people. I'm just saying. We think so much about the natural feel of how you see someone, how you perceive someone. Yes, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be attracted to someone. Yes, I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel complied to show your sexual side to someone. Great. But if that's all you're focusing on, like most men, like most women are focusing on that one image. Oh, my girl looks like this because my girl's big breasts, big tits, and my girl's nice, bro. And that girl's like, I'm nice, I do my... If that is the connotation that you're looking for, you're not going to see anything else past that. How much times have you been in a relationship, ladies? This guy's fine as hell. Drop to the lyrics and rare. You got with him and now you realize he has no substance. No substance. Dead out here. Man's looking at you like, what, like, raw, like, what are you talking about? Like, raw, like, that's mad. Still, you're crazy. Crazy? I just ask you basic questions in the sense of, have you ever thought about owning your own business? Man's talking about, man do that anyway, come on. No, man do that anyway with the man them, and how much man them now that are doing certain things that they just feel like they have to do it now. Yeah, man's helping the kids and got a couple little boxing thing and rare. Okay. What substance does that hold now? Because that's not the man that you thought he was. Same as the man them. How much man them say they piff ting, yeah, looks nice, sexy, good up. She's talking all the talk, man them. Oh, baby, sweet voice, how you doing? You're like, raw. Man, man's looking at you, right? Hey, cuz, that your guilt? That's me, cuz, that's me. End up realizing that she's nuts, cuz. Bananas in pajamas. Her head no good. No sense pon it. You know what's there? Running around scandalous. Hella scatty. You know what's there? Scatty latty. You're looking at her like, my girl. And you see them guys as well. My girl will never cheat. My girl will never cheat. It's that guy that always gets cheated on. You know what's there? Always gets cheated on because your girl's guy moving mad. Moving hella mad because she's just taking whatever she can for anybody. I'm just strapping on everybody. But most men feel like, I'm in love and rare. And you find out the girl's not in love with you. You find out the girl don't like you or she was playing you and rare. And most men won't talk that. Most men won't even say that right now. No, man's not. Bare man's been stubbed out by a girl when they've done bare stuff. Yeah? Certain things that they can't even tell the man them. Yeah? Naughty stuff.